Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. What's the best euphemism for telling people that they're stupid? Sharp as a marble, that one. That's actually a great one. Sounds like a compliment. It's actually marvelous. I think I saw this one here previously. You aren't the biggest idiot in the world, but you better hope they don't die. Once told this to my brother, his immediate response was, hey, please don't die. You totally picked the wrong dude to call stupid. Still, not really your fault, number one. My teacher said I was as quick as a glacier. Sneaky science compliment. In geologic time, glaciers haul ass. I don't know if I should trust you on that since you're u/ottery geologist. It's impossible to underestimate you. Don't underestimate me. I couldn't possibly. Couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel. At a keg party about 100 years ago, my buddy was trying to make nice with a girl. Says, that's a really cool mug, can I see it? She hands him the mug and says, I made it myself, my name's on the bottom. He proceeds to turn it upside down to read her name and pours the beer in her lap. Oh. I got one. And it was myself who was the dummy. I was working first class and this fast drinking guy told me he had a hole in his glass. I promptly removed it and brought him a new one and refilled it. He got such a kick out of it. He rings his call light and points to the glass still has a hole in it, he says. This time I pick it up and examine it for holes. He couldn't hold back and started chuckling, and I realized the hole was the top of the flip eye glass. Lol, I had to laugh, but I did feel like a dumbass. At this point, you can only impress me. I expected nothing, but I'm still disappointed. The bar was on the ground and you brought a shovel. He's so far behind he thinks he's first. I had a keychain as a kid that said, she who laughs last thinks slowest. I would agree with you, but then we would both be wrong. I said that to my wife once during an argument. Emphasis on once. Ended up cleaning the house after that one, didn't ya? The wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead. That one had me dead laughing. One of my personal favorites. They only got 2 brain cells and both of them are fighting for 3rd place. I've always been a fan of they haven't got 2 brain cells to rub together and make a 3rd. In Greece we say when it was raining brains, you had an umbrella. In German we ask God for help. God, let there be raining brains. This sounds so weird, but it how to express it better, lol. Edit, in German it's Gott, lass he rieche. Or stones. Just hit. Edit, Odes die, Hauptsache Trefut. Lawyer to client who shared detailed attorney-client privileged strategy memorandum with a whole bunch of people, including an adverse party. Client, is there anything you can do to fix this? Attorney, no, you've pretty much waived the privilege and now they know everything. Client, is there any way to put a positive spin on this? Attorney, well, I suppose the judge might buy that this proves that you lack the mental capacity to form specific intent. Did it work? His train of thought is still boarding at the station. Edit, yes, Calvin and Hobbes. Holy shit, this blew up. My dad would always say, God said brains, he thought he said train and he missed his. My dad always said if brains were dynamite you wouldn't be able to blow your nose. In French we sometimes say he/she doesn't have electricity at every floor. I know this one with light instead of electricity. Il pas la lumière et aux les étages. I though that was a British expression. My mother always uses it. The lights are not all on up there. If you ever had a clever thought, it died alone and afraid. Edit, holy crap. I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. RIP, my inbox. You got lost in thought and never made it back, didn't you? My grandpa told me a few times, son, you need lemons to make lemonade and you ain't got no lemons. I laugh every time. Ask to talk with life's manager. You tell life to take the lemons back. I don't want those damn lemons. Burn life's house down with lemons. Invent a combustible lemon that burns houses down. I'm guessing you weren't burdened with an overabundance of schooling. Captain Malcolm Reynolds. My days of not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle. Don't strain your brain trying. You might break something. Malcolm Reynolds. On a Canadian job site. Terry, having you around is like losing 3 good men. Similar to saying that someone increases productivity because everyone else has to work harder when they're around. One of my all-time favorites is more foam than beer. Edit, holy shit, I did not expect this to blow up, thank you all lol. I'm obliged to offer you a beer but it's going to be mostly head. Edit, I get it, you all really like oral sex. In Russian we have intelligent thoughts have always followed him, but he was faster. We have something similar in German, intelligence is chasing you, but you are faster. Now I know what Douglas Adams was talking about. A common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools. As the park rangers in Yellowstone say, making a bear-proof trash can is very difficult due to the considerable overlap between the smartest bears and the dumbest tourists. Useful as a chocolate teapot. See also, useful as a cat flap in an elephant house. Courtesy of Blackadder. Oh god, yes. The first thing I thought of when I saw this post was Blackadder. Balderic, for you the Renaissance was just something that happened to other people, wasn't it? My dad used to tell me I was useless as tits on a bull. He has different talents. Nice one, we have the more blunt, some people are competent, but this one's very enthusiastic. You seem very enthusiastic. I like Letterkeys, you're just spare parts, aren't you bud? I wish you weren't so fucky awkward, bud. My buddy got in a work accident and got badly burned. When we knew he was going to be okay, as is tradition, we all started making jokes about it, him included. I sent him a picture of the main character from Letterkey that said wish you weren't so fucking awkward crispy bud. He got a good laugh out of it. You could blow in their ear and they would say thanks for the refill. Or turn them the right way in a breeze and you can hear their head whistle. You're the reason we have warning labels. That reminds me of you're the reason why there's instructions on the shampoo bottle. I like Bill Egvall's bit on this. On the back of a shampoo bottle it says rinse, lather, repeat. You just know there's some idiot out there still in the shower. Because it doesn't say hey give up man, try again tomorrow. Once heard someone say well he's about as sharp as a sock full of soup. You could hide your own Easter eggs. Heard my grandma with pretty severe dementia use this to one to my cousins. I couldn't hold back a giggle at the irony. Unencumbered by the thought process. A village somewhere is missing their idiot. If they fell into a barrel of tits they'd come up sucking their own thumb. Edit, 4 helpful awards, thank you so much, you're hilarious. And thanks, everyone else. Not the brightest crayon in the box. There are 2 Arabic ones that I abuse. Smartest of his siblings. When stupidity was distributed, he came back for seconds. I freaking love them. When stupidity was distributed, he came back for seconds is such a fucking diss. Holy shit. Hey, we have that in German as well. Also part 2, when intelligence was distributed he was asleep / he missed it. Elmeo, I had a teacher that would always say keep them guessing, don't open your mouth and prove them right. Ah yes, it's better to be silent and thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. A classic. Well pardon me, but what you don't know could fill a warehouse. Courtesy of Bart Simpson. Edit, the act of pure destruction as delivered, 224, what you don't know could fill a warehouse. YouTube. You could fill a library with things you don't know, in fact, they do, they call them libraries. Paige Sinclair, BoJack Horseman. They never open their mouths without subtracting from the sum of human knowledge. That is a tasteful expression. Oh, and may I ask what's on your mind, if you'll forgive the overstatement. If your brains were dynamite there wouldn't be enough to blow your hat off. I heard that one as if his brains were dynamite, he couldn't blow his nose. Bless your heart is a common southern subtle slap. I'm from the south and from my perspective this can go both ways. Like, if someone's house burnt down, their spouse left them, their dog died, and they got fired all on the same day, bless your heart is completely appropriate. It all depends on the context, which is why the overall usage in movies and TV so often feels wrong to those of us in the south. Even if you say it right after someone does / says something stupid, it may not be a put down depending on a lot of things. A little too much chlorine in your gene pool. The lights are on, but no one's in. Lol. In college we used lights on, nobody home when someone was blackout drunk. People who would forget to breathe if their bodies didn't do it for them. Someone forgot anything, mum would say you'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on. They would be out of their depth in a parking lot puddle. If you were half as smart as you think you are, you'd be twice as smart as you really are. You're a brick short of a sandwich, or are you professional idiot, or just a gifted amateur? He needs to carry a plant to make up for the oxygen he's wasting. When dealing with people that have a tech problem and it's clearly a user error, a friend of mine referred to it as a layer 8 problem. The classic network stack has 7 layers, and the last one, layer 7, is called the application layer. Therefore, by extension, layer 8 would be the user layer. So the next time your parents complain their phone is acting up, just tell them it's a layer 8 problem. Like the old ID10T error, even less obvious. Love it. Or peptac, problem exists between keyboard and chair. Or, if you're more automotively inclined, the loose nut between the steering wheel and the driver's seat.